Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Daniel, and in this video I'm sharing with you my very first junk removal job. I got back from JunkCon 2022 and I was inspired, encouraged, and motivated to get into junk removal, to deep dive into it and make things happen. And so I looked into several different things I wanted to start sharing with my current customers as well as new customers, advertising it, getting it on my GMB, all of these things. And I had a phone call just recently here, and it was a customer who was asking for, of course, a dumpster. And so I said, well, I can get you the dumpster, no problem. Here's the price for that. But what is the job for? What are you doing? I'm looking to jump into junk removal, and maybe I can, help you at a fair price, and we can kind of learn through it together. And so, just being very transparent with the customer. And so they said, well, we're actually picking up from down below the bottom of our property. There's 2 pallets worth, but probably a little bit more than that, of concrete cinder blocks. And so I was like, well, if you send some pictures over, maybe we can, find a price that works for both of us, and we can make this happen. This would be great. I'm not trying to, go crazy and profit off of it too much, but just to have the experience to get a good review, that would be very helpful to me. So, let me know, send us some pictures over. So the customer sent some pictures over. It was indeed 2 pallets plus of concrete blocks. Most of them are not broken, but there is quite a bit of some debris as well. So I shot her over. I first started with a range because I said, well, usually when people show up to these jobs, the camera is a little deceptive. And so I said, well, how about I give you a range between this number and this number, and I will, kind of go from there. And so she sent the pictures over. I gave her a range of us doing the job, including the dumpster, as well as just my regular dumpster price. And I said, it's up to you. If we can make this work, that would be great. Let me know. I'd love to help. And so very, very kind, very understanding. The customer said, yeah, I'll get back with you here just in 1 second. I got to talk to my husband, but we'll get back with you here pretty shortly. So sounded promising. And so I said, great, thanks so much. It was maybe a couple hours later, she texted back and said, hey, we're ready to roll. We'd love to go with that price for you. I understand about the range as far as pricing goes. I do remember over at JunkCon, there were several people who had mentioned, hey, the price is the price, and give a firm price. And that requires to be in person, really, to give the quote. And so I didn't do that necessarily on this first one. This is a little further away of a job than I would normally prefer to do. However, they said yes to the range, and so I said, okay, great, we'll be there tomorrow. So as of right now, today, this is the job site. I don't know if you can see down there, right down there, that is the 2 pallets worth, really just massive pile there of concrete blocks. I've got my 17 cubic yard here. We've got some ways to go here, certainly. This is definitely a learning experience. My buddy here suggested, hey, instead of having just throwing them in here, all these blocks, let's build it up so we're not blocking ourselves in. So really good thought there. I also, with the Big Tex dump trailer, I wanted to use the ramps, which are currently right over here. However, the cart that we bought, 4-wheel cart, the wheels fit perfectly in between each little divot, or whatever you call it. So that's not going to really work too well. So what we've been doing is literally loading them from the bottom of the hill down there below the house, bringing them right there, and then carting them from there to right here, and then just hand walking them in, getting them delivered there. So I don't know if you can really tell, but this is a serious incline. So we're just about, let's see, right there, kind of a little jaunt right here, and then it just goes down and down and down. We'll go all the way down to the pile here. Just keeps getting lower. Got them kind of staged right here, and then it really just kind of drops off all the way to the lake. This is Lake Schaefer, and here's my buddy carrying them up here. He's making it happen. So we're literally walking them all the way up here. We do have a little shovel to scrape up the small stuff. We got the 5-gallon bucket down here as well. But this is the job right here. This was almost completely just like that one to basically right here. So we've made a pretty decent dent right here, and then we have all of that all the way over here. So we've got quite a bit of smaller pieces. We're not going to be taking the metal. We're going to be taking it clean, all the clean concrete blocks to the place that will recycle that. They'll charge us a $30 a ton fee, but yeah, this is the job. I don't know if it does it justice, but this is literally the the lake right here, and then here is the major pile. I guess they did all the construction inside there behind that tarp, and yeah, this is what we're going after again, going up against. I mean, so pretty good sized project. I thought, you know, the two of us, if it's literally the piles right here, because I only saw the pictures of this, not the fact that we have to go all the way up and all the way to the actual road there. If I would have known all that, I probably would have charged even more, to be honest. And truthfully, this has already taken plenty enough time, and honestly, I'm not in shape. You know, junk removal right now, I would love to have employees. I would love to, or independent contractors, however I'm going to do that. I would love to be able to have, you know, several people and really have enough business for them, but right now this is literally my first job. So you know, being able to pay my buddy here, and I am not in shape. He is, I am not. So I'm having to take breaks throughout this entire thing, and I'm really concerned we're not going to be able to get this done today. So I have been reaching out to a few other people who may or may not be available. It's kind of a last second thing. There is no expectations. It is what it is, you know. So I'm just trying to figure out how this is going to work, what we can do to make this happen. This really wouldn't be that horrible of a job if the dump trailer was like right there, you know. If we could literally back it up down here, but there's just no way. The customer had said, you know, we were planning on using a 4-wheeler to just do the job and cart it up there on the 4-wheeler and just not, you know, break our backs that way. I don't have a 4-wheeler. I've got a riding lawnmower with, I could go buy a cart for that. But I don't think that's going to really work out so well. So we are going to get back at it. Hopefully somebody can get back with me if they're willing and interested in making some money here, helping on this project. But if not, it's gonna be a long day. I certainly need to work out, and if that just so happens to be my job of doing this and just slowly building up stamina and losing some weight and doing everything, that would be fantastic. But it's a slow process. I'm not trying to conquer the world. I'm not trying to break my back, literally throw my back out. I also don't want to take advantage of my buddy just because he's a workout machine. So yeah, this is day one, junk removal, first job ever, first attempt to get a junk removal job, and we got it. Now It has yet to be seen if I'm going to be upside down on this job. It's my opinion it's worth just to have the Google review. It's worth it to have a customer who's satisfied, and just really the experience. Just to get some experience into this. There's value in that just itself. So anyways, just kind of taking you along for the ride. I'm going to get back at it to the degree that I can. And man, this I may just cancel my gym membership. I'm not gonna lie. This may be my, if I had enough work consistently, this may be, I might get paid to work out. So anyways, I'll kind of share the journey as we go here. I think it's gonna be a longer day. I'm hoping I can get a third person to help, which really would be like 2.5 people, because I'm not, I would fire myself at this point already today. So I'm doing what I can. My buddy's doing what he can, and I believe the homeowner doesn't live here at all. She's going to be arriving here probably the next 30 or so minutes to just check in on the whole deal and see how things go. So let me know down in the comments below if you want to know what the end agreed upon price is. She had no hesitation of paying the price, which I'm assuming in the business world means that I underbid myself. And certainly, you know, I bought the wheelbarrow and the bigger shovel, and we got some gloves. This is a little further away. It'll be lower dump fees. You know, that dump fees are going to be on top of the agreed upon price, but yeah, we'll see how things go. I will check back in with you a little bit later. Hopefully we stay vertical and it'll be a good time. Well, it's a little bit more than 2 pallets. Let me just tell you, this is pretty real. I've been working probably half the time today. I drove, got some lunch for us, was on the phone, talked with a customer. My buddy here, he's been an absolute monster, a monster. MVP, the whole thing. We are probably halfway. He is tearing up the pieces. Going down here. This once was completely stacked up to like right here, all the way across. This was the bulk of it, and here we are, what's left, which may honestly, it's it's not as stacked. It's a little bit more cluttered than, of course, the perfectly stacked ones, but lots of little pieces just kind of smothered everywhere. So that'll be fun. That'll be interesting. Like I said, I talked with the homeowner. Very kind lady. Very understanding. Thankfully, she understands. I'm literally just getting into this. Based on the pictures, I thought 2 guys, you know, 3-4 hours. You know, it's not too far away from where the trailer would be. We would have to go up a hill slightly, but I did not anticipate the trek up the hill. I don't know if you can tell. Literally, this is the house, and that is the side path going all the way up. So this is probably closer to, I would say 5, maybe 6 pallets, technically. I say 2 at the beginning because she had mentioned, yeah, it's 2 pallets and then, you know, extra stuff. Well, ruh-roh. A little bit more than that. So that's definitely going to increase the overall dump fees, whatever that looks like. It's gonna get real, so that'll be interesting. Doesn't have to be done in, you know, today. She, like I said, very kind, very understanding. It's gonna take definitely another day. We've got to get out of here very soon. My buddy's got to get ready for actual work where he does a lot of loading and stuff at his day job. So we got to get out of here. I'm going to leave the trailer here. It's not completely filled up. I'm going to leave it here, get him back to back home so he can get ready for work. Tomorrow I'm going to round up as many people as I can and come back here and knock it out, hopefully. Hopefully quicker, and just have more manpower. that is the one thing I didn't anticipate. I thought it was going to be not what it was, not what it is. So thankfully we're not on a deadline. Seemingly very understanding customer. She already paid half up front, so we're good there. Yeah, it's got to get done, and I know I need help doing it. It's gonna definitely take some time going after it. So this will probably be yeah, a full other day, I'm assuming. Several hours. So I will catch up with you guys unless something else happens. I'm gonna catch up with you guys tomorrow, and we're gonna get out of here shortly. So I will catch you guys in a little bit. So tomorrow actually never came. This is actually several days into the future. The second day, here's kind of what happened, and we'll kind of talk through this and kind of unravel it. So I've kind of lost my voice. I just cheered at a football game, but I'll try to convey everything to you. What ended up happening on day 2 was I showed up after doing dumpsters, dropped off, picked up in the morning. I ended up coming to this property with my wife and with a buddy, with a different buddy, and we were able to start getting into it. Well, when we first arrived though, the homeowner said, "Hey, we'll see you soon." When I texted and said, "Hey, we'll be there shortly," and we had arrived there a little bit before noon because it did take so long to get everything else taken care of at the beginning of the day. So we were planning on going from noon until question mark, basically. The 3 of us pull up there, and from what you already saw inside the dump trailer, there was already a whole other massive row right leading up to the dump trailer, all the way kind of to the top of the hill. So a 20-foot long stretch of blocks already stacked up. When we arrived, the homeowners, they were there, and they were there working, doing the job. So I'm immediately thinking, oh dear, did we get fired and I didn't get told? Does this mean they think they're going to pay less? What is this? What is happening? Like, what's going on? I don't know. And so we went down, we started getting into it, and they said, "Hey, to be honest, it says a whole lot about your character that you even showed up on day 2. So thank you so much for being here, but this is way too big of a job, and we understand this is your first kind of rodeo doing this. We're here to help. We're here to help and do what we can. And thank you for being here." Just extreme. If there's one word I can't say enough, extremely gracious. Just incredibly gracious to us. So very kind. I mean, I think they just took pity on us. My pricing, with how it turned into a 2-day event, and I needed a lot more people, which means a lot more time, which means a lot more money. I think they felt guilty, or at least they took pity on me, or us. And so they ended up, they were already working there. And the husband He, said, thank you for even showing up. We're amazed that you're even here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we just got to work. Me being the only person there who was on day one and day two, even though I didn't do as much as my other buddy did on day one, my legs going down that hill, we're talking, my legs were about to just give out and I was going to fall down. Like, it was insane. I have a lot to get back into shape, for. There's room for improvement physically for me. And so it was very, very challenging. I was already sore, already hurting. There was times I had to take breaks, times where the homeowner was doing a good portion of the work, and my buddy and I were gassed. He weighs a lot less than me, but we're both like, oh dear, here we go. And so we ended up taking all of the larger pieces. We were over, about halfway done before on the day one, but we were cooking at that point. So a lot of the smaller pieces they were going to use to fill in some other areas and to level out some stuff. And then we kept working, basically getting it all the way stacked up right to the edge of the dump trailer, and then kind of made a row. And then at a certain point, we continued loading that dump trailer, and then I started to see the wheels, and I'm like, okay, we're going to be pushing 10,000. We're going to be pushing 10,000, and so let's cut it off, okay? So then because I had brought, we showed up with my backup truck, the Ford, to hook up to that trailer to be able to pull it and get it out of there, and then I brought my roll-off truck with the 10-yard dumpster to be able to fill that up if we needed to. I dropped the 10-yard down onto the ground, and for the first time ever, this is just a good learning experience. For the first time ever, I realized I was at an incline on the truck, and so the dumpster was way too far down below. So I couldn't pull the actual dumpster up because it was so far down below, it was going to pull it underneath the rails. So that was, thankfully, we had some large pieces of wood to leverage it up and got it back onto the truck. And then we just pulled it down kind of to a lower spot where we were able to then hand load and just throw it up into there, all the smaller pieces that were left over at the very end. We completed that, I think by 5 maybe. So about 5 hours of work on day 2 with us 3, and then the family, the husband, the wife, and then one of the daughters, I guess. Very, very, like I said, so very kind and gracious and patient. I had told her from the beginning, this is my first job. I don't know what I don't know. I would like to help and do this job and get the experience and work, for you. And, we'll see how it goes. And boy, oh boy, I have lots of lessons that I learned. I'll probably make that in another video, kind of talking through this stuff. But so we got everything loaded up. They ended up tipping us a little bit more. They said they own a business and they understand how the grind is when you're pivoting to a new thing, whatever that may be, and just said, hey, keep at it, keep working. Thank you for your work ethic and your character to show up and have the guts to do it. And I'm just like, I told you I'd do the job. It may not be pretty and it may take longer than I thought, but it's gonna get done. I may be dead in the lake, but it's gonna get done, okay? And oh man, just so very kind. So we pull out of there, and as we're going back home, the story's not done yet. As we're approaching home on the trailer, not because I was overweight, I was literally slightly overweight, technically, for that load. But it wasn't because of that. I had previously had some issues with my right rear wheel. Ultimately, it was the wheel hub assembly that basically exploded. The wheel studs sheared off very, very quickly. It was bad. It was really bad. The wheel ended up shooting off into a field. I hit the brakes. I then dumped the 44 ounce of Diet Coke that I hadn't drunk at all. It splashed down onto my leg. I come to a stop. The wheel is, see you later. We stop. We get out. Thankfully, My buddy was behind me, and so he stopped. We kind of all just took a minute to breathe for a second, and then went and found the tire. I'm loaded, he's loaded, sun is going down. We're looking in this bean field, can't find the tire, can't even see like the track where you would expect a tire to literally mow down everything. Nothing, no trail, nothing at all. Surprisingly really hard to see when even little bean, or I think it was beans, are literally growing. So we then, I'm walking back to the truck. The homeowner that we're right in front of comes out. Hey, you okay? You lose something? I'm like, yeah, I'm down a tire. It's gone. I have no idea. And so, oh, we could probably find it. No big deal. It's all good. Glad everybody's okay. Shortly after that, my buddy came back. He said, hey, it's in the tree line. It hit some trees and then got caught up in some of the brush. Okay, so we retrieved that. The tire's fine. The rim is gone. We're talking like melted. The wheel studs apparently just absolutely failed and very, very quickly just gone. I asked the homeowner, hey, would it be possible? Could we park this trailer here? I am so sorry. I really don't know what to do besides get a tow truck, but it's loaded and this does not sound like a good idea. So would it be possible to back this thing into your driveway? They had a very large driveway. She said yes, no big deal. This stuff happens all the time. People hit deers in front of our house. People's tires blow up in front, like everything happens here. So we're just here to help. Whatever you need, it's all good. So I parked it there, thanked her a million times. Thank you so much. I will keep you updated as soon as I can get this fixed and out of your hair, as soon as possible. And so basically that was Saturday evening. And so I immediately called my welder guy who also deals with trailers a lot. And I said, hey man, here's the issue, here's the problem. Can you help? Absolutely. I will get the parts ordered Monday. It should get here. Everything should be here Tuesday. Worst case scenario, I will get it done Tuesday evening sometime. So that's basically what happened. He showed up Tuesday. He did the work. Everything's fixed. Picked up my tire from my house. On the way there, this is still 25 miles away from me. Fixes the whole thing. New tire on. Good to go. I get the load dumped. I was just a hair overweight, but as far as too much weight in the back or the front, that was not an issue at all. It dumped perfectly fine. No problems there, but this is my first experience in junk removal. Ultimately, after paying people and that repair, the wheel hub was already trashed, so it was just a matter of time. Or I knew it was getting worse, but I didn't know to what degree. And so I can't blame that necessarily on the junk removal job. It was a part, it could have happened on the next dumpster rental, who knows. Ultimately, in this short period of time, the price that I charged and the price I paid out and the amount of time and all that, I lost money. I mean, there's no bones about it. In this time period, I lost plenty of money. Now I do have a brand new wheel hub. I've got a brand new tire, a new rim because the rims is gone. I learned a lot of lessons, and here's my takeaway. Depending on your perspective, you can say, "Oh, I'm done with junk removal. It's a waste of time. It's terrible. This is going to happen on every job." The truth is, most of the time, things go pretty good, decent at least. Sometimes there's some slight issues, and then very few times, catastrophic failure. And this was one of those catastrophic failure jobs, situations where you're like, well, everything is gone. Like, what are you gonna do? For me, when that happens, at the very least, I know I can take away that I learned incredibly valuable lessons, things that hopefully should never happen again, questions I should be asking the homeowner, I know more about my pricing and how long it takes to do these kinds of jobs. Just incredibly invaluable to learn these things from an incredibly simple job. Like, we're not going in and out of a second story house, moving this and that and whatever. We're talking about literally moving up cinder blocks up a hill to the dump trailer, to the dumpster. I'm able to just look at that big picture and see, okay, my evaluation for labor and how many people are needed for a certain job, this definitely helps me see, wow, a large pile of concrete blocks 10 feet away from something, that's a price. 100 yards up the side of the property, that's a much bigger price. You're walking uphill, that's so much more time. Like, all of those things are just kind of bouncing in my head right now. And I'm not even concerned about the hub assembly, and I'm glad nothing worse happened. Nobody got hurt, everybody's fine. But I learned so much information about junk removal. And sometimes you just have to learn the hard way. It is what it is, and you're never going to do these silly things again. You don't know what you don't know. And then eventually you do. And then things kind of get a little bit of a rhythm. I didn't make the money I wanted to, that's for sure. However, I learned not all, but a lot of things that just, until you really get into it, you're not going to see how things work, what things look like, and really to be able to prepare for the job. So in my situation, I'm sure it won't be perfect, but I think being able to prepare for the job, I'm going to be much better off. I feel like I still got more value out of this situation than even the homeowners did. The homeowners, I reached out to them, hey, this is what it was as far as weight goes for charging them. They thanked me. They said, good luck with your endeavor and junk removal. Just so very kind again, even after the fact, and just incredible people. Just really, really awesome. So that's the situation. My first junk removal job, several days after now, the dumpster is fixed. It's on the road. We're rolling, and have not had a second junk removal job yet, but I do plan, as I kind of get things kind of organized in my business, as of recently, I am going to be posing the question to new customers going forward. Hey, would you like us to do the junk removal side of it as well as dumpsters? Getting stuff added to my website, I'm going to need some help with that from DRS. I've tweaked with it a little bit, but I really need help with that. So that's probably going to be an hour plus on the phone with them. But anyways, good stuff. Junk removal, still going to do it. I feel like I'm almost excited, and it's kind of weird. As long as there's still some money in the bank account, like, if I can fail, and actually attain the knowledge, acquire the information to learn from these things, like, that's only going to propel me forward, learning from those things, if I'm still functioning here, to be ahead of the game later on. So I'm going to call this a win. Let me know, would you call this a win? Was this just a disaster? Would this kind of a job spook you? I'm ready to roll again after my legs finally healed from my legs were just, walking down the stairs in my house, I just about wiped out like several times. So with that said, hopefully you have a great day, guys. Stay safe and God bless.